Hey, welcome back to Generation X Nation. I got to put this out real quick. This evening I was on my way to bed, cut on my television, clicked on the YouTube channel, see what was up there, and I seen a live with Millichan TV. Shout out to Millichan TV. Shout out to Millichan TV. Um, Melanie Shari has left the building. She's officially quit Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm freaking shocked, people. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I thought it was coming anyway, based on her live the other day. But she's officially out, and this is real. Go watch Militia on TV. She posted the statement. She said she's giving her official letter through her lawyers, her legal team. She came online a little bit and you know, uh thanked everybody, over there on Milichan's channel. Oh, it was a party last night if you wasn't up there. And I don't even watch go on people's channels like that, but I do, every now and then listen to certain things, certain content creators that I do like. And let me tell you something. I don't know where this show is gonna go without Melanie Cherie Rogers. Let's see. You got the Scots who don't like to really tell you about their real life. However, I did notice Letitia went live today, and she was kind of doing that back behind the scene thing like, oh, I'm getting my makeup done. I'm finna shoot a scene. Help me pick out an outfit. I'm gonna do more lives. My fans want to see it. Then she's like, oh, well, I'm gonna talk more about my business, do my mommy podcast, and keep you guys informed. As I said the other day, when this was all going down, damage control was coming. And I think that's part of it right there. Now it's time to bring Letitia up to the forefront because she's going to be, anointed as the new queen of Huntsville. Go back and look at some of my older videos. They may not have a lot of views, but I mentioned this about her being the next queen. Okay? Um, and the Scots, her and Marceau taking over. Again, I don't have anything against these people. I just go off of what I see on TV. I like Marceau and I like Letitia. I just don't know if they can hold the audience and save the show. And that's being honest. We know Ken and Trisha ain't gonna be able to save the show. Ken, Trisha, and Marquez. That storyline it's another one that's kind of tragic and very, I don't even know why they're on the show. I mean, I understand why they're on the show, but it's a storyline that we just don't want to hear about anymore. Okay. um Kimmy and Maurice, of course, they're not saving it. Let's just, Kimmy's probably gonna get ate up after the reunion because apparently she went in hard on Mel. Apparently, allegedly, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only, but allegedly she went pretty hard on Mel, and people don't like that. So that's not going to garner her a lot of favors from the audience. And of course, Martell, who we gonna talk about? She's not on the show. And if I was Mel, I would definitely put in some kind of restrictions like I don't want my name mentioned. Don't be calling, I ain't signing off on no releases, and don't be making me y'all storylines. I keep my foot on their neck at all times. You won't be making money off of me when I'm not on the show. But again, make sure you keep your producer credits. Make sure you do that and make sure you have the option to come back whenever you want. Don't let that man steal your ideals and your show from you. Um, well, in the previous interviews, they did say, and I think Coleslaw said it herself, that she would never be on the show. And then I think Carlos mentioned something like she was too disrespectful to be on the show. But he may be pissed off enough right now at Mel. And when Carlos gets mad, he may go a little lower. He may let her have an appearance on there here and there in the background. I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised if they bring Wanda back. Because Wanda was interviewed on one of his Reality with the King Friday night things. I didn't watch it. I don't even know if it aired. I just seen some previews where I seen that he's interviewing her. So it wouldn't surprise me to be pissed off because she's walking away. Because as I said and stated before, Mel is the cash cow. Let's keep it real. Now, cash count, I mean, she keeps the ratings going. Okay. And another thing, the mellow meters. Y'all disrespected them and talked about them so bad. Oh, bitter ladies. Well, if she takes that group of people with her and they black out and don't watch the show, where's your fan base at, Destiny? Another one who can't hold the show. Where's your base at, Kimmy? Where's your fan base, Marie? Where are y'all fan bases combined to keep the show going? Because the Millimeter fan base make up a good percentage of that show. Let's just keep it real. Okay? I will continue to finish the season out and go over the reunion and everything else. But probably after that, I may be checked out myself. I don't know. And if I look at it, it probably just be for fun, shits and giggles, as they say. But I do like Maurice and Letitia. I'll continue to say that, and I hope they can. I hope they be successful, and I hope they can hold the show down. But I think this man had the right formula. He had the right show and he blew it being too messy. This was a perfect show. I just don't understand. It's like the big heads, the narcissism, the do anything for fame, the lie, all of that just to be famous. Y'all blew a golden opportunity. Now you're trying to play catch up. You know, Marceau and Tisha, I hope it works, but you guys are trying to open up your lives and get on TV and talk more about the show and, show more of your business parts and all. And it's like, it may be too little too late because y'all waited how many? We're in season 9 and now y'all doing that. Mel been doing that shit since season 1, 2. That's what y'all should have been doing. Y'all sat down there in season 1 as the comeback group, the Scout and Holt custom homes. Y'all came in there season 1 with your business, the names and everything. And she never stopped. I remember when she had Embrace Cosmetics, and then when she got divorced, she changed it to 7th Avenue Beauty. She never stopped building, building, building. You guys started getting more into the mess and not into the business side. And this was a golden opportunity for you guys to show black excellence, and it turned into trash. It just turned into a hot black mess. Let's just say that. It definitely wasn't excellent. Now, we don't know what the future holds. I don't wish bad on anybody. I don't personally get any happiness out of seeing other people miserable. But what I do know for certain is it's going to be a struggle trying to keep this show abreast without Melanie on there. And y'all could say what y'all want to say. She's y'all queen. Y'all worship her. No, she just had star appeal. She just had a way where people drawn to her. You ain't got to be uh kissing nobody's behind and worshiping people, but if you have a presence or aura about yourself, people will draw to you. That's how people become famous and make money. You think Beyonce is just sitting there with no fans and making billions of dollars and filling out stadium to stadium? She has something about her that draws people to her. Her talent, her singing. You could be the best singer in the world and not have any fans. We've seen that. I'm not going to mention names, but there's a lot of people out here who can sing their butt off, but they don't have the fan base Beyonce has. You have to have that, as they say, star power. And that's what Melody had. The last thing I'm going to talk about is she did go live. She discussed some stuff, and we all talked about that. But Carlos King, and I don't really call out names too much, and everything I say is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. I noticed when the show first started, he couldn't get enough of Melanie. Mel and Mel, Mel. Mel is the queen of Huntsville. He did a whole podcast with Mel. The whole crew was jealous because he felt like they gave her the red carpet, and you favored her over the rest of us. You could see that in their face, and some of them kind of said it in a sly way. Melody and Carlos sat down at a reunion one time, and she said, I didn't feel safe or protected. Same thing Monique said. Same thing Winter said. Same, it's like, the girl that had the baby that was on there, her and her husband that had the baby. Her name is mixed in my mind right now. But you know who I'm talking about. That was on Huntsville. She walked away. Stormy walked away. Why is people walking away from your shows like this and then saying they don't feel safe and protected? That's odd to me. Okay? But I noticed at some point he was just back, he was very, very friendly with Mel. And then he started people started saying her name, and he started just knocking, like acting as though, he just acted funny when her name came up. When him and Heavenly would do interviews, she would say, I like Mel, my girl, this and that. And Carlos would have that look on his face. You know what I'm saying? Dustin would go in there and do a review with him. And then Mel name would come up and Carlos would have that look, but Dustin would be killing it. He'd be telling the truth. And it seemed like he started drifting away from her. And then as time went on, I noticed he started getting closer to the Scotts and started laughing it up with Marceau and laughing it up with Tisha, and and protecting them, and don't talk about my cast. But he never said that when people talked about Mel. And then he took them to that place in California. And I don't know if Mel was booked, maybe she couldn't go, but they went to some kind of NAACP award. He was recognized, and he made them the face of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Even though Mel was being nominated for a reality TV queen around the same time, you made them the face of Love and Marriage Huntsville, which was odd to me. But I started piecing it together. If you look at some of my earlier videos, piecing it together, and I was saying to myself, he is really trying to bring the Scotts up to be the next to be the top family. They're going to be the new Martell and Mel. And I knew it was Tisha and Marceau because they were, probably the most liked members outside of Mel and Martell. And that's not saying a lot, but people did like them. Marceau lost a lot of people when he talked about the millimeters, and Tisha lost a lot of people when she talked about the millimeters and Destiny and all of them. But Marceau went back and kind of retracted, tried to clean it up. Tisha doesn't mention it no more. And if you notice in this last season, she didn't have a lot of conflict. She didn't have a lot of conflict with Mel. A few things here and there, but she kind of kept it real peaceful. Whereas previously on the reunions, it was, she bought the puppet. She called Mel all kind of names, went after her back and forth. If you notice the reunions where Carlos would sit there, it was always attack male reunions. If you go back and look at reunions, people would have their own inner thing, but everything centered back to male, male, male. And they would all get up there and say their piece about she did this to me, that to me. That includes Stormy. That includes Stormy Mama. That includes Letitia, Miss Wanda. Everybody was always saying something about what this lady was doing. I was piecing all this stuff together a long time ago. Like, wow, this is just me. As always, they'll talk a little bit about a scene that they did together, and then something, somehow or another, circle back to Mel. But when I really lost respect for Mr. King is when he sat on that stage in front of God and everybody, and every viewer who's watching that show, Mel's mama, family members, didn't matter, and looked that lady in the face and asked her, you don't remember having a penis in your mouth? And I said, what man would ask a woman that, period? I thought that was freaking disrespectful. And you was a host, and then you said it in front of her ex-husband and her castmates. And y'all wonder why she walked away? I'm wondering why she took so long to do it. I would have been gone. Been gone. I just feel like after Mel did that live the other night, and she mentioned the thing about Carlos wanting to be her TV manager, and she turned him down, that had to be the period in time when Carlos stopped caring. He stopped giving a fuck about Mel, and he started allowing people to disrespect her, talk to her, talk down to her, even during his interviews when he was interviewing certain cast members. Because Lisa Ray said something slick about her, and I forgot what it was, but it had to do with the cheating thing. And he just sat there. I peeped all of that. Because one thing about Generation X Nation, we are critical thinkers. Just like millimeters, we critical thinkers. We've been on this earth long enough to see bullshit to know bullshit when we see it. And I've seen a lot of BS. And again, not taking anything away from Carlos. He's a talented young black man. I hope he succeeds. I don't wish nobody downfall. But I'm going to have to call a spade a spade. And that's what I saw when I would see him in them interviews talking about Mel. And I was just wondering at what point is she going to walk away? Then she started sending a lot of subliminal messages. I figured probably about at least 4 months ago, my mindset was telling me that girl is not going to be on this show. She's going to leave. But I kept thinking, why would she leave? Because she's an executive producer. But then I thought about the situation with Mariah on Married to Medicine. She left, but her name still shows up there and she still gets a check. And that's probably what Mel's doing right now. Melody Shari Rodgers, we wish you the best. Only God knows what's in store for you next. But I know whatever He has in store for you, you would definitely be successful at it. So go out, conquer the world, girl. Until next time, we know we're going to keep following you. We're going to keep supporting you and everything you do. And with that being said, I'm going to get off here because I didn't want to be long. It's late. Go to Millichan TV. You can see all of it. Shout out to Millichan. She did an excellent job waking people up, holding us up in the middle of the night because I'm usually asleep this time of night. This video will drop in the morning as usual. Thank you to every one of my people who have subscribed. I love y'all. I know it's not a lot, but keep sharing my channel, letting people know I'm over here making sense now. I'm going to continue to cover this until the reunion's over, and then I will go to another show. And, when hot topics come up or political stuff come up, I will talk about that too. Okay, please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to my channel. Share my channel. I love all the Generation X subscribers and members who's starting to pick up. My channel is picking up a little speed. And last but not least, prayers, thoughts and prayers will go out to every family that has lost a loved one in the DC area due to that aviation crash out there with the helicopter and airplanes. May each and every family member find peace at some point in this tragedy. And I wish the people in certain places in our political environment stop making it about them and just focus on these families and the recovery mission that is going on before we start jumping and pointing and blaming fingers. God, I don't want to have to do this for the next 4 years. And that's my quick political rant. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next round. Peace out.